So yeah, what I got going on is I have an issue with the I don't even know how to say it, Hertzen server. So I figured out yesterday. So yeah, what I need to do is open up two different PowerShells at once. I need one running a program to play with the server, and then a second one to do the work in the server itself. Alright, so they're just showing me everything to do here, and then I got 1 and 2 differentiated so I know what to do on each one, and it's going to be a lot of back and forth between the two until I have this server issue figured out. So the authorization issue that I'm running into on here is an issue with the or the invalid grant that I'm getting on eBay. The developer on eBay is because the server in Germany is not authenticating that. So yeah, learn as you go kind of deal and fun kind of deal. And yeah, we're getting there. But it's one of those deals where that's what I'm playing with. Is I figured it out yesterday that it was a server issue which was blocking everything. It was going to the server and the server wasn't allowing it to bypass. So obviously nothing was working on eBay because it was hitting the server wall. And yeah, so I actually need to authorize the server through my thing. And then once that's authorized, then it can get off eBay to authorize what it needs to authorize. And then I can get everything to work, which is why I was working in the sandbox and actually not doing it, but it wasn't working in the actual live testing. So yeah, that was a little fun figuring that out yesterday. And now I need to have a right and a left PowerShell opened up at once, and hope I don't paste the wrong thing to the wrong thing. I told it to differentiate between PowerShell 1 and PowerShell 2, so hopefully I won't mess anything up, and if I do, we'll fix it later kind of deal. But it's, yeah, I'm having that invalid grant, and the reason I'm having the invalid grant is because of the server. So I need to play around and get everything authorized in the server, and then once that's done, I can go back and authorize it all in eBay and cross my fingers. Hopefully it'll work. Once again, I'm only playing this thing for another probably an hour and a half, and because I only got a 2-hour token anyway, and then I'm actually going to take a little break. But yeah, I'm trying to do this a good hour to 2 hours a day, depending on when I finish up my listing kind of deal. I also want to put about 4 or 5 hours in the listing a day. So once my listing is done, I move on to this, and this is my afternoon project kind of deal every day. So yeah, playing around with it. But yeah, it's turned out it was a server issue, so I'm going to play around with the server issue and get all that fixed. And yeah, so the servers are out in Germany, and then it shoots locally to somewhere in, like, I think it's Virginia or something like that, and then from then it can ping where it needs to go from there. And yeah, I'm doing that because it's reliable, it's somewhat secure, and it's also pretty dang cheap. I think it's only like $4 a month to actually use these servers, so that's all great. And I'm not trying to run a business here. I'm doing all this pretty much for myself, just as a agent. But yeah, apparently I had these server issues, so I'm figuring that out, getting it all fixed. Yeah, we're having issues with the tokens. We're having issues with everything because once it hits the server, it's not getting sent back because there's an error. But yeah, we figured all that out yesterday because pretty much I just started to suspect we might have a server issue. So I gave it the server information, and yes, it kicked back that there was a server issue. So now we got to play around with the 1 and the second, and then one's going to be actually running a program to keep that server and tell that server what to do, and then the other one's going to be writing code to the server to authorize things that it needs to authorize. And then once that's finished up, I can go back to just the one thing. I'm just hoping that PowerShell does minimum crashes as I'm doing this, because it loves to crash. I'll be like halfway through fixing something and it'll crash. I have to restart PowerShell, and most of the time it's not an issue, but I'm hoping that if I have this one running on 1 to tell the server what to do. If that one crashes and I keep on telling the server on 2 what to do, that might cause an issue. So fingers crossed the server doesn't crash, or fingers crossed the PowerShell doesn't crash. It's something that I really should be playing on Mac or something in this. It would be so much easier, or maybe even in Linux. But I don't want to throw everything out that I got on this PC to just do this, because I'm really close to finishing it up. So, yeah, but I think I'd be so much easier with Linux or Apple OS instead of playing around with this. I want to say DOS, but that's probably wrong. But yeah, I want to play around and try to get this thing figured out. That way, if I do, most likely I'm going to move on to a Windows PC from here on out. So, yeah, whatever. But it's something that I am running into an issue with that PowerShell will just close right up on me, or just, stop responding just out the bat, and then I got to restart it, which has been a little bit of an issue here. But yeah, I'm going to play around with this. Hopefully I can get some progress on it. And, yeah. Report back tomorrow. See you guys.